Good morning. How are we doing? Are we good? Welcome to Max Algo. Thank you for joining us. So I'm T. This is Max Algo. I'm going to be trading Alpha Zones today, as always. It's not going to be a long one today, because I might do two, depending on timing. Testing something new with YouTube, so let's see. Morning Flow, how are you doing, brother? Yeah, YouTube has told me to try doing the shorter more often, so I'm going to test it rather than doing sort of 3 hours. Just sort of slot it in between what I'm doing when I see a trade coming up, maybe. Morning, Peter. Is volume all right, guys? Can you hear me okay? I missed this one, and when I say I missed it, I got the alert, but I was in the middle of setting up, checking something I was doing last night, and I'm a bit sleepy today, and I couldn't get my stop order on. By the time I got my stop order on, it was here, and I was like, don't jump in. So I didn't jump in. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, Guy. So yeah, so great trade here, and great trade here, to be fair. So let's hope I've not come on too late and missed the two good ones. So we're above our 1 hour alpha zone at the moment. This is our queue as well. So our queue is opened. Let's see where we've got it, if we've got a gap. I haven't checked that, to be fair. Well, queue gap below. Interesting. I would expect things to be a little bit strange today. It's all getting a little bit wild out there. And I'd only be going long on oil. Let's hope Donald stays off my stream today. 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. He tweets while I'm live. And does this on fucking charts. Bounce on the queue and up. Could be a good one. Yep. I agree. I wouldn't mind a buy signal up here. So we've got the... Let's have a look. So there's the sort of real trading hours. Regular trading hours close. Obviously is quite a draw for price, but we can also get a rejection off it, so might have to be a little bit careful with that one. But we know what the opening of the queue's like. We could have a bit of messing around, so let's see. Don't forget to give us a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're not. No, you've not missed anything yet, Nico. But welcome. So we took Asia high on the way up. And we've taken the high of our previous hour straight away on the new hour. Are we going to come below? See, if we come below... See, this is the only instance where I would ignore my traffic lights. Not the only instance. It's not strictly true. On the live, it's probably the only instance I would ignore my traffic lights. Is if we got a sell signal down here and it starts to come here, then it could be looking to come and fill the queue, which I like. It's a trade I like a lot. So yes, it goes against current trend, but it could be that it wants to come down, tap this, and carry on. Where's our daily? Daily's above. Let's see. Emmanuel, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Is there some echo on the stream? Morning, Amrit. Shouldn't be an echo because I've turned the echo off. Unless it's got two mics on. Just lower it a tiny touch. This is Nasdaq Futures NQ1, 1 minute time frame. Emmanuel. And we're trading alpha zones. So let me just do my usual 1 minute. So if you want to trade alpha zones, then where is my screen gone? There you are. There you go. And I'll pin it to the chat for anyone who is new, who wants to look at the strategy. So our usual plan is we're looking for our 1 hour alpha zone, which is our representation of our higher time frame of the hourly candle, to be bullish or bearish depending on what we're looking for. Bullish for a buy, bearish for a sell. We're looking for our traffic lights to align, but as we know, the opening of the queue, similar to the opening of New York, can be a little bit different. I just hope we don't do what we did yesterday. We just sat and bounced around in that queue for God knows how long. So our alpha zones for the last 3 hours, 4 now. Leveled out the bottom after that big drop. Leveled out in the alpha zones and then started to reverse. So I've been quite bullish for the last few hours, but obviously it's just within that drop from the open, so we're still under on our daily. If we get our sell signal and it does start to fill the queue, then I might take a small punt. As well, because if the signal was up here, I wouldn't. But if the signal's here and we start to fill this, then we've not got a huge distance for 1R. We've also got a queue in between, which is good from a strength perspective for resistance. On important levels, why does the QQQ close not show on 5 minute? I'll have to check, but it may be, I didn't build that one, Zoo built that one, so I'll have to check. It may be because it's pinned to, it will be, in fact I know where it'll be, it'll be pinned to the last minute of the queue close. That'll be why. So you'll need to go to the 1 minute and mark it on. See if it can get below our queue. So 28 minutes into the hour. We're now below our queue. Let's keep an eye. No, not enough volume yet. Ten seconds left on this candle. Not again. Oh, you swine. Right at the end. I'm gonna get in there. Not my usual trade. But I'm gonna go low risk. Where are we? What are we looking at there? And I am taking a punt, that's why I've gone low risk. So we'll be about 2 hours down to the queue. He's giving it a kick in. There you go. Where are we there? 785.50 on the queue. So not a standard Alpha Zones trade, but the whole point of the Alpha Zones indicators is to give us help reading the market and to understand why price might go in a direction. And this is a big reason for me. Now, it doesn't always happen, but often when the Q gap is close, you'll find that it wants to come and fill it. Whether it does or not now, we'll see, but so we're tapping back into the queue. Do the rejection out of it, be helpful. Zoom in and realise how far that is out. So currently still tapping back into our Q zone and our hourly. So if we do get above, I will absolutely be looking for a buy, because that would follow our normal process. Let's get a little drop. Richard James, howdy doing? Of course you can ask a question, mate. That's why I'm here. Fire away. See if we can get below this and put a new low in for the hour. Temperature. I am 70% Pepsi. You're correct. Do you know what the silly thing is? I don't really drink it at home. I just have like couple of cans in the morning here, and that's all I really drink it. You wouldn't think so, would you? Because it's all you ever see me with. Right, come on, Q. Come on. Missing anything here? Let's just have a little similar area, so I just might need to get through this. Need a big push through it because it is fighting it. A right now prayer. Richard, yes. I am on Discord. I am. We have our own Discord group that comes with all our indicators. You don't have a cell signal yet. I don't know what you're on. I don't know. Apologies. A right now prayer. Don't know. Are you an Alpha Zones user? If you are. You may have changed your settings, or you'd be on a different chart. Are you on NQ1? Are you on MNQ? Or come on, Nasdaq, fill the gap. Oh, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in. You probably heard it. Yeah, I'm in. I'm looking for... I have my stop there. And out 1R here, 2R down here, or pretty much 2R down to the Q gap. Fairness, I may just take it at 1R because it was a punt. Or am I going to be brave? Traffic lights are span red at the top. We just tapped half an hour. I think what I might just do while we're on this is on my other chart. Just going to check the queue. Just keep an eye on that. Just make sure that the gap is correctly marked. Okay, so let's just keep an eye on this. Yes, absolutely, of course I can explain. So, let me just take off important levels so I can clean the chart up for you. So I'm using a couple of indicators, 3 main ones. I'm using the Alpha Zones Pro, which marks on our, what we call our alpha zones. Just going to go above the alpha zone because if it comes back up now, then let me take 5, reduce my risk. Yeah, just in case. If it comes above the alpha zone, I don't want to be in it anyway, because that'll be above the Q. Right, so yeah, so our 1 hour alpha zones are a representation of a 1 hour candle. So they start at the open, they form then, and it gives you indication of where we are in relation to the 1 hour candle. So if we're above it, then you know that the candle is bullish, and if we're bear it, if we're below it, then we're bearish. So that gives us an indication of which direction we are heading in. Looks like I'm going to get taken out on this one. But as I say, not a standard trade. But either way, that's why I went low risk. So we're looking for a number of confluences, nice and simple. So we want our 1 hour alpha zones to be trending in a direction. So here, our alpha zones are trending bullish. New hour. So that would mean that we'll be looking for a long. We want our traffic lights to be green. If they are mismatched, then that's not what we'd be looking for. And we want a signal in the same direction. So I'll give you an example. Our alpha zone opened bullish here. There was our previous. There's our next alpha zone. Opens bullish. Traffic lights are green. We get a buy signal. We put our stop below our swing. And we look for a minimum 1 hour. But obviously you can run this, see where the traffic lights change. Traffic light change here. So even if we'd just waited for the traffic lights, there's 2.5 hours there. Yep, and again, same here. So we're above the alpha zone. Sorry, our alpha zone's opened bullish here, so we're trending bullish. We've come above our alpha zone. Our traffic lights are green. We've got a buy signal. It runs on. Pretty straightforward. This is the simplified version of the strategy. There is an awful lot more to alpha zones. Alpha zones themselves, Alpha zones Pro, the indicator, comes with a number of different levels for you to be able to understand where you are on the day. So currently, our 4-hour candle opens slightly bearish. And then we've come up, so we've been bullish on the 4-hour, but we are bearish on the daily still. We haven't got above our daily yet. So it gives you a real good indication of where we are with the market. So we've tapped back into our 1-hour alpha zone and into our Q zone. See if we can get a break below this line, which is our current high in this swing. If we get a break below here, it'll give us a break candle down. And you'd like to think that that could induce a little bit more of a pushback down. But we're still fighting here. Doesn't look like it wants to come and fill the Q gap yet. Oh, okay. Mr. Extras, welcome. Does Max Algo mark out liquidity point to the market? What a great question. That's going to be me taken out. I'm just above this zone. There we go. So we have gone bullish on the Q, which is fine. As I said, that's why I went low risk on this one, because it was purely just seeing if we fill the gap. So in regards to your question, Max Algo important levels here. You'll see, yes, puts on liquidity levels. Also marks on our important levels, Asia high, previous hour high, our Q gap, and then liquidity below, Asia low, etc. Marks them all on. So now we've got our green traffic lights. Our alpha zones are bullish. It did not want to come and fill the Q gap yet. There we go. was a bit tighter on MNQ. Oh, there we go. So 1R would be 942.50. Let's rock and roll. Vadashan, welcome. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing? Guys, if you do want to have a little look at the indicators and what they do and what you can do with them, there is a link pinned in the comments. Don't forget to give us a like on the stream if you just want to come and watch. Enjoy the show. Listen to me talking crap. This is a 1 minute time frame. Nasdaq. Tapping back into our queue. As I said before, could be a weird one today. We just don't know what's going on. Seems quite a lot of uncertainty overnight. I'll tell you what, I didn't check. We got news today. Unemployment at 8:30. Okay. Yeah, suppose. I am more of a scalper. Depends though. Some of these trades take 5 minutes. Yesterday's took 2 hours. Just follow the process. We're tapping back into our queue. Some real uncertainty here. So I'd really have liked, if they're going to get the buy signal, which we did, I'd love to have taken this. But hey ho, we'll have to wait for a new new open in 5 minutes, a new hour. Yeah, like I trade the 1 minute, but like candidly, you can change the traffic lights to be on here. You can change the traffic lights to be high time frame and go up a time frame. Some great signals. Played the traffic lights too much on the high time frame, but the signals work lovely on the high time frame. Coming straight back into our queue. Now this one would annoy me. Don't you dare come and fill the queue gap now, after me getting taken out from trailing me stop. So Brian, indicators max algo alpha zones, links in the comments. They're premium indicators, guys. Just in the interest of transparency. Depends what you're trading. If you look at any of our videos for the last few weeks, especially this time of day, it's very good, very accurate. Where's my chart gone? Losing all my screens here. I'm using it's prop trading, mate. I'm on Traderify. Do I execute a buy entry the moment you get a buy signal or other confirmation? No, don't do it straight away. I do use a stop order for a start. I want price to push through. Unfortunately, price just reversed on this one. My main worry, as I mentioned before, was this gap on the queue. I do not want to be. If it comes down here, I don't want to be in. So if we go below that, I'm not going to be in. I'm just going to shorten that to a nothing trade. If we reject out the queue and carry on, fantastic. That's what I'd like to see happen. Bullish trade, back above the queue. Funded account. Fuck doing live with them. Screwing you. Yeah. Works on a yes. Okay, so we've got a new hour. Our new hour is opening sideways, which isn't ideal. We want to see clear light of day between our alpha zones. Yeah, if we're going to get a push down, then I won't be staying in any longer. Yeah, that is a very small loss on that. I do not want to be in if it's coming below our queue. What I'm being careful of, guys, and why I'm managing my risk really carefully here, is because of our Q zone. This Q zone is what maps the QQQ. If we're above it, bullish, and we're below it, we're bearish. Now, I already took a punt going under, so I'm not going to take another punt going under. Our traffic lights are green, not red. And we're below our Q. So right now it's not aligned for me. Our 1 hour alpha zones, even though this looks sideways, is still bullish. Our traffic lights are green and we're getting sell signals, so I'll be staying out. Otherwise, that's how you end up getting chopped up. I took one trade outside my process, which I'm fine with because it was a lower one. Because of the Q gap below here. But I won't take more than one on that. Now it has to line up. Famitcha, welcome buddy. What other confirmation do I use apart from the indicator? Well, I also use whether it's taken the high or the low of the previous hour, which obviously is also marked on by the indicator. So that helps me with that. Obviously, you don't need an indicator for that. You can see that yourself, but I do use that as a confluence. It's not mechanical completely. So, on the New York session, sorry if you're asking too many questions. You're never asking too many questions. Yes, if I'm trading on first hour or two in New York, I'll usually use the stop of the candle rather than the swing because of the volatility. So I do slightly tweak it. And often we'll be looking for more around base hits, hitting sort of TP1, TP2 here on our trade setup. So I've got our entry point, our TP1, TP2, TP3. So use an ATR stop. Nice, we're taking low of our previous day. It's just so state of this. It's just 2 weeks since the war's kicked off. It's just not great. Just got to be careful. Stick to your rules. Risk management. Don't lose more in a day than you can afford to, or have set out to lose or win in a day. I use EXO. I trade on the 1 minute. You're more of an ICT indicator person. I'm definitely not ICT. I'm definitely not ICT. And I am more of an indicator person, yeah. I built them. But I built them because of the trading. I built them because areas I was struggling with, areas I needed to be better at. I wanted to take a lot of the sort of top-down analysis away from my everyday trading and know that actually the indicators could do the work for me on that, which is why we built them the way we did. Yeah, I built Alpha Zones. Me and Zoo, two of us. So we're coming back to that same area where we rejected before. Well, depends how far it's going to go. I fancied it filling the Q gap is where I fancied, but I ain't taking 2 goes at it because I already took 1 go at it. Rocky, let me see. I'm just having a look at your chart, mate. Top of my head, no, I don't know why yours isn't showing. Have you got the chop filter on? Oh, what candles are you on? Looks like you're on normal candles, I'm on Haikanashi. Just replying the Discord to this person. Don't like leaving people waiting. Morning, Never Suffer. How we doing, buddy? Because this time the 1 hour open was close to the Q gap. I once tested waiting for Haikanashi, but when I returned to the Japanese candle, there were 2 candles different from Haikanashi. I have no idea what that means. If you want to use Haikanashi, you need to change it up here, buddy. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that on there? Yeah, it's just at the top. There you go. Haikanashi there. Normal candles, Haikanashi, footprint, Renko, they're all there. So we haven't yet taken that low of the previous hour. Yeah, I've looked at volume profile, but not everyone can use it. And obviously what we've put together is something that everyone can use. See if we get below this low. Here we go. Is it going to get below? Trading Vibes, thanks for subscribing. Nasdaq. Most of the time, Nasdaq. Futures. Okay, so we've got a new low, taking the low of the previous hour. See if we get a little rejection from here, because we were getting from over here as well. This area was quite prominent. Not really. I don't really trade gold that much now. I used to trade gold a bit more, but I hate swapping and changing. Just got to be patient. Our traffic lights have gone red and orange. So they're starting to line up. Now that we've taken the low of the previous hour, what I'd like to see is if we get a close above here and then a push down with red traffic lights, I'd definitely take the sell to the Q gap then. Which is perfectly plausible, seeing as though we've been rejected from this area. Here and here. Bonnie. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So we're on the 1 minute time frame on Nasdaq. We're trading alpha zones. We're looking for our 1 hour alpha zone to be above or below And let me just change that. Or we're taking the high or the low of the previous hour. This is our first stipulation. And then we're looking for 2 traffic lights to match up with that. And we're looking for a signal. That's what we want. Nice and easy. So they come and fill this Q gap without me after all that. Got London low below as well. But as I said, once it starts filling the Q gap, it often likes to fill the Q gap. Little close above would be nice. But it may well just keep on dropping. Don't forget to give us a like on the stream, guys. If you want to see more of this, subscribe. I'm here most days. You get a notification when I go live. It just doesn't want to stop. You're right, Richard. Your cell signal was correct. Even a broken clock's right twice a day. Coming down for London low. On its way to fill the gap. Is it going to reject from here again? Or is it going to smash through to the Q gap? No, I didn't get in. Lazy Turtle. Nice to see you, mate. I did take a punt here, but I kept my stop too tight and took me out, so I wasn't going to take a second punt on it. It was only a small one. When it wasn't aligning because I was expecting it to come and fill the Q gap. We're going to get a rejection straight out again. Or is this going to be a wick up? There's a rejection straight out of it again. As you see, we've done that twice here. Pushed in and gone, pushed in and gone. Same area, almost to the tick. What are my expectations? I'm not trying to predict really. The only real prediction I had was that it's not really a prediction. It was more just that it very often likes to fill the Q gap. But as we can see, we're getting these wicked rejections out of this area, and it's exactly what's happened again. Just got to be patient, really. So really, what we want to see for a long is getting above here. Let's move this out of the way. Getting above this area, and our traffic light's going green. If we break below here, and our traffic lights go red, we get a short down to the Q gap. We've come a long way up after that massive drop down. Just putting in some structure. See if it's going to come back up and tap into our Q. Nice push up into our 1 hour. See if we reject out of there, or we're going to try and push through. It was such a wicked rejection every time out of that same area. You'd kind of expect it to carry on up. So we put our low in at 21 minutes past, which could be our low. It's about the time that you would expect a low on a bullish hour, if it's going to be a bullish hour. Is it going to try and get through? It's having a go. Smashing its head against it. Welcome, just a second. Thanks for joining us. Holding on our 1 hour alpha zone at the moment. Let's stick our Q on so we can see. Yeah, tapping our Q. It's holding. Be nice getting a long above here. Wedged. Absolutely wedged. Sikau, welcome, brother. It's not a bot, but yes, it is mine. It's Max Algo. It's not a bot, it's an indicator. If you want to have a look, the link is pinned to the chat. It's taken a little, it's tapped up again there. See if it's going to get a push through. Usually with this though, if it's going to happen, you want to see it pop to get through, price to push through that tough area. Whether or not it can get through. Rejecting out of there. Anytime, Rocky. Anytime, brother. Morning, Mira. My bot is a name of an indicator. Well, it is an indicator. It's not a bot. And it does work well with the VWAP. There's lots of different ways people use it, to be fair. Come on, Nasdaq, get above this. Let's get that big push. One big candle, bang. Let's get above, and then we can get our groove on. Pretty sure a bird just flew into my window. Come on, let's get that pop. Go on, you've started, so finish. Get through it. It wants to. It wants to. Time to go. You're nearly there. Morning, Michelle. How you doing? Really want to see this get through. Put in some structure when it's above. There goes a bit more of a push. Come on. Get to the top for the end of the candle. Come on. End of the minute. Top of the candle. It's more like it. Now you can get through. Beautiful. So, through the queue, through the 1 hour. Okay, so I've pulled a face at the buy signal and I'll explain why. Huge one. Don't know if you would like it this big. I'm going to leave that right there, Nico. I'm not even going to entertain the level of childishness that kicked in my brain then. I'm not a fan, and the reason I'm not a fan... Oh, it's gone anyway. Signal's gone. The reason I'm not a fan is because if it had been, for me, that would have been my stop. No. No. Himo. How you doing, brother? Thanks for joining the stream. Don't forget to give us a like. There's loads of new people on today. So good. If you're new, give us a shout out. If you haven't spoke yet, give us a shout out. If you haven't liked the stream, fucking like the stream. You sat here watching. No, Q gap's not filled. Didn't fill it. It's all the way down here. So we're above our Q. So what we're looking for now. So our alpha zones are still bullish. Our traffic lights are now green. So we can take a buy signal. If I'm going to take a buy signal, I ain't doing my usual swing stop because that's huge. And that would be crazy. So we've not quite took the high of the previous hour yet. Low and the high in an hour though. Crazy. Failed to take London low. Nothing more bullish than a failed low. Oh, no signal. Site 19k. Pip gods, let it drop dead for a lower low. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay. If you say so. Yeah. What we need really, because obviously the buy signal keeps threatening. So it looks like we're going to come tap. There's always going to be some level of rejection, some level of retracement after that move up. What we'd like to see is a tap into the queue here, break back up, and then on its way. That would be a nice long. What do we think then? I still think it's going up. So we're getting a breakdown, which is what we need. Ooh, it didn't break. We need to break below this line, because the only way that the indicator will give us a buy signal is if we've had another break up, which will be indicated by a white or a gold candle. Nice and easy. If it breaks below here, we're going to break down, which will put our high here, and then we need a break above this to get a buy signal, and then away we go. The shame will be is if we don't break below this and then we carry on, because we won't get a signal. So we could really do with a little tap into the queue here and close it, just close below. Yeah, there's been... I completely agree with you, Nico. We've seen gold following almost a similar pattern, especially last week or so, as Nasdaq. It's crazy. Same levels. See, that is a shame. See, we are just... If it had closed there, we'd be in here. Might still come down yet. Was a big move up, so we could get the next 10 minutes messing around here, and then where are we on our 4 hour? Let's have a little look. I keep getting bamboozled by the fact that America's gone to daylight savings and we haven't changed over yet until the end of March. So we are okay. Yeah, last 10 minutes. Last 10 minutes of our 4 hour. And then hopefully the new 4 hour could give us a bit of direction. See if we can get a close below here. Be nice to get it in the next 10 minutes so that when the new hour and the 4 hour candle opens at 10, that we can get that push in a direction. Well, hopefully bullish. I don't want to go straight back into the queue. I won't be trading back into the queue. But nice and simple. What we're looking for with alpha zones, we're looking for our 1 hour to be open and above, which these all have. Just mark on the line, above, above. New hour stays up here, then the new one will open above again. Darn it. Really wanted to close below. What a swine. So we're getting a buy signal. We gonna have a go? Just depends what the new 4 hour does. I personally just want to wait. All my testing is on a full swing on this time frame. And I don't like the fact that we've had that without a signal all the way up. And we're 5 minutes from a new 4 hour. So I'd rather wait for a smaller stop. If that had closed, like genuinely, if that had closed below, give a break candle, and that was the stop, then I'd have took it. But it didn't. So it could mean the move's not done, and we could still come back and tap this Q. So, because of that, I'm not going to take the buy signal with a short stop, and I'm certainly not taking that buy signal with a stop down here. Because for that case, I'd have to get up to here to get just 1R. And I ain't playing that game. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do hit the button. What do we reckon? And this is why I was staying away. Look at this. Would have tapped you in. But it's just not sensible. 4 minutes from a new 4 hour. We've come all the way up here. Massive stop. That is not an A+ setup by any stretch. So we've got 90 seconds for our new 4 hour. Then let's see. Good thing is, all that needs to happen here is a little close below. Excuse me. As soon as I say it goes up. So this is going to move here. So we've got a new high. And here is our new 4 hour. New hourly candle. Our ATR is low though. So you get a little push down and then a push up. Come on. It's a little zone. But again, as we mentioned before, we have opened above the previous alpha zone. So our 1 hours are still bullish. Our 4 hour is bullish, or previous 4 hours down here. So we're above our daily. Oh, we're above our daily? No, we're not above our daily. We're above our Q. And we're in our daily. There we go. So we come all the way back to the daily. From here, from the open, all the way down, all the way through this, and now we come all the way back to our daily alpha zone. It's a thing of beauty. What did it tap? Let's have a look. Came down to that same point that we ricocheted off here. Is that from Monday? All the way back up to our daily. Right, so let's just turn our daily off. Shade it on a little bit. Okay, so there's our daily in yellow, so we can see it, but see if we can get a close below. If we are going to get a bullish hour, we've got a 70%, 69 to 71% probability that the low in a bullish hour will be in the first 20 minutes. I will short between 40 to 52. Let's go NQ. Legionnaire. Legionnaire? I don't know how you pronounce that. From here. Interesting. Still need that close below. Not done it. So guys, as many of you asked over the last couple of hours on the stream, I am using premium indicators. Trade max algo alpha zones. If you want to have a look at them, you can. I'm not here to pitch at you. They're the indicators I use. We built them. We sell them. And you're welcome to have a look. Otherwise, just enjoy the stream. They are amazing. Okay, so we are breaking below at the minute, which is what we need to be able to get another buy anyway. We need to get a break below and then be above here. Go on, hold it. Hold it and then reverse. Close below. So confirmation of the close below, which is great. Means if we get a push up now, we can get another buy signal, and then preferably our stop would be below here, giving us a much nicer entry, rather than this bad boy as we were looking at. Okay, we're getting a bigger push down. Yeah, if we go bearish, I'm out. So the only way I'd be looking for shorts is coming below here. If we come below here, then that means we'll be below the Q. In fact, in fairness, even then I'd want to be below this. So unless we get back above the hour, I ain't taking a trade. Have a little look on, see how ES is doing. Daily's a bit higher on ES. Tapping back into our queue. not quite. Q's not that far down on NQ. It was a bit further on, a bit closer up on ES. Okay, so it looks like we are going to tap into our Q. Not surprised at a big push down though after such a move up with almost no structure. See, if we get a push back up, then I'll stick around. If it carries on down, then I'm going to call it a day. I'm only looking for longs here, because it'll be a while before it gets back down here. We are, what, we're 11 minutes into the hour? Come on, Nasdaq, get a push up. Let's get above the hour and see if we can get along. Get up to yesterday's close. What I really want to see is this, and then my sell signal and my buy signal around here. In an ideal world, if it goes down here, I'm done. I think still fighting on the same area. It fought it here. It's come back and rejected. It's whether or not it holds. If it decides to break through that, then we might get a real push down again. That's what I'd prefer to see. Come on. Close at the end of the minute at the top. Better. "15 minutes in. Excuse me. Morning, Desert Fox. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. For any of you who haven't, smash that button. Give us a like. There's plenty of you here. About 30 of you here at the minute. Don't forget to give us a like on the stream, guys. It does help me. It takes this low. I'm done. Yeah. Okay. Next level. No, I'm not. I'm waiting. I was waiting. I didn't want to get this one because my stop was too big. I'm using a swing low stop, and that was too big. And for me to get a signal that I wanted, I'd need to be up above the 1 hour alpha zone. And it's not broke above. So I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you coming on. Yazir Ali Khan, thank you for subscribing. Trading Vibes, Desert Fox, appreciate you all. If you do want to have a look at the indicators, there's a link in the description. Never suffer. Thanks, buddy. Take care, buddy. Guys, if you want to have a look, yeah, click the link in the comments. Have a look at the indicators. Join us in the Discord. You get all the videos, literature, etc. But thanks for joining me on the stream, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you.